Hey guys, welcome back again to Father and Son. We're going to talk about another stock that I introduced to you back in November. If you want to get in on the infrastructure of carrier, automotive, enterprise, or data center, what company can you invest in? I'm talking about Marvell today. Stay tuned. All right, what you have before you now is a clip from my video done back in November of 2020. At the time, Marvell stock was at $43.26, and I discussed how up until the point where Matt Murphy took over the company in 2016, that Marvell just kind of had this up and down pattern in their stock price. Since then, there has been a pretty nice steady increase in the stock. What does it look like today? On August 24th, 2021, Marvell stock closed at $62.55. That is almost a 45% return on your investment since November. Now, since Marvell Technology stock has been doing so well, the question is always, will it continue to have this trend? We're going to talk about reasons why I think Marvell Technology is still a buy and why I am buying more. Here are the 4 reasons why I think they're still a buy. Carrier. We're talking about 5G here. Marvell is intimately associated with the technology that goes into 5G to make your 5G cell phone and the network capable of delivering those incredibly fast speeds of data. Now, just what is it that will make 5G so special? Well, 5G has speeds of up to 100 times faster than 4G networks. And the latency, meaning the delay in the data being requested and received, is super short, just a few milliseconds. This creates a wider freeway that can carry more data. Now, obviously, in the United States, the 3 major wireless carriers, we're talking about T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T, have already begun their nationwide rollouts of the 5G service. And similar efforts are taking place now in Europe, Japan, and China. In a pandemic era, this importance of 5G networks and their ability to speed up data is going to be all that much more important and will pull forward the progress of 5G. Now, obviously, there are lots of ways that you could invest in 5G. If you want to do the infrastructure play, then Marvell is certainly a fantastic opportunity here. The second reason why Marvell's stock price will continue to increase has to do with their automotive components. Marvell is delivering automotive chipset innovations for a safer future. We're talking about things like collision avoidance and drift warning to blind spot detection and self-parking cars. Cars are taking over split-second decisions and the embarrassing skill deficits of their drivers, and Marvell is leveraging its strength in wireless and Ethernet technology to develop the latest high-quality, qualified automotive products. Marvell is developing networked vehicle capabilities. Go ahead, take the separate domains of the car, the infotainment, the advanced driver system, body electronics and control, and connect them. That is what Marvell is doing. And it's at the forefront of this market, bringing high-speed networking into the vehicle and providing a standards-based data backbone for the vehicle. Interestingly, in listening to Matt Murphy, the CEO who took over in 2016, Marvell had absolutely no exposure to the automotive electronic component market. This is something that he has driven within the last 5 years, and now we're looking at $100 million of revenue and growth. He also mentioned that Marvell is within 23 of the OEMs, that's original equipment manufacturers, for automobiles. And I think that that will just continue to grow and grow. When it comes to enterprise computing, Marvell is also at the forefront. Marvell's networking, security, compute, and storage portfolio delivers the innovative intelligence technologies needed to tackle the growing borderless campus. With all of the increased data traffic taking place in today's world, especially with a pandemic, enterprise network requires upgrades to meet that rise in data traffic. Marvell offers optimized solutions to address these challenges and safeguard a company's investment. The last of the 4 reasons, data center and cloud solutions. Now, this is where Marvell is really starting to excel. And quite honestly, again, about 5 years ago when Matt Murphy took over, this really was not an important part of their business. They were all about storage. Since 2016, when Matt Murphy took over, the company has divested itself of products which were not growing and has really made acquisitions that allow Marvell to become really at the forefront of data center and cloud solutions. We're talking about things like acquiring Infi. That acquisition just completed this year. Infi had built a leading high-speed data interconnect platform that was uniquely suited to meet the insatiable demand for increased bandwidth and low power for the cloud data centers and global networks of the future. Today's machine learning and other data-driven workloads have expanded beyond the confines of the server and now span the entire cloud data center. That makes the software-defined data center the new computing paradigm, and Infi's technology is key in these data centers for allowing this data to move at lightning speeds. Now, Matt Murphy said that acquiring Infi would fuel Marvell's leadership in cloud and extend their 5G position over the next decade. Infi's technologies are at the heart of cloud data center networks. Now, to increase Marvell's ability to operate in these data centers, they recently announced a $1.1 billion move to boost its hyperscale cloud data center marketing presence by acquiring Innovium, a data center network chip maker. So now you will have Marvell making these data center chips, also providing all of the interconnections that will pass the information from chip to chip within these data centers, courtesy of Infi, and combine that with Marvell's bread and butter technology of networked storage. Now, Marvell Technology is due to report their fiscal year 2022 second quarter results on August 26, 2021. Now, analysts are estimating that their earnings will be a little bit more than 31 cents per share. Compare that to the previous year when it was 21 cents per share. And they expect the revenue to be $1.07 billion, which would be an increase of almost 47% compared to the prior year quarter. Analysts also expect the profit per share to be $1.39. Previously, this time last year, the profit per share was 92 cents. So we see that the expectations are that Marvell will be continuing to make this fantastic growth and thus continue really to increase their share price. Now, 5G is really just still kind of in its infant stages. While the cell phones are available, the infrastructure is lagging behind. And so I see this as a huge growth opportunity for Marvell. And then data center. This really is becoming the way that computing is done, cloud computing. While Marvell doesn't own the data centers, they do provide those data centers with a large portion of the technology that goes into them. Throw in an expanding automotive technology input, and then, of course, continuing to provide enterprise platforms. Marvell is well positioned for the next really decade probably to grow their company. And they have a fantastic CEO in the form of Matt Murphy. That will do it for today. I would encourage you to look into Marvell Technology. Again, up about 45% since I talked about it last November. And they are just really, really in a good position to continue to grow. Now, don't just believe me. I would encourage you to look into what some of the CNBC pundits have had to say about Marvell Technology as well. Until next time, enjoy your investing.